at me. I was going to say I'm very, very excited. I got Nigel in here flashing. Not flashing that way, because that would be that would be terrible. Are you videoing now? Thank you, Nigel. And he's nodding his head. I'm behind the camera. Don't talk to me. Now go show Kelly. We're here in the studio with Kelly from Bumpit. Is that the right way for me to say it? Bumpits or Bumpit?
Bumpits.
Bumpits.
By Big Happy Hair.
Bumpits by Big Happy Hair. I love it. Okay, now here's the thing that I thought was really cool is that not only have you got to do a lot of different TV shows and things you've been on locally. I'm glad that you're here with us, but you also have the infomercials. Are you on the infomercials?
I am. I'm the beautiful, I should add first, older woman.
Don't say older. She's only 46. Tell her to stop.
I just got a bit part.
You have a bit part in it?
But I got to pay for it.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Those things aren't cheap.
No.
So her infomercial runs all over the place, and your company's doing quite well. You are from Fresno.
I am.
And tell me a little bit about what did you know? Why do you know about hair? First of all, because I heard you were a mortgage person.
I am, but
so what happened? What did you do first? Hair?
Mortgage, actually real estate, then hair, then real estate, now hair.
So you decided to go to school and get your cosmetology license, and you got into hair.
Yes, it's something I actually wanted to do my whole life. So I took a break and went 15 years ago, got my license, had a little shop. In Kingsburg, actually. That's where I lived.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's where my dad lives. I used to live there, too. Okay.
Oh.
So you were in Kingsburg doing your thing.
Yeah.
And you knew at that time that people wanted that little bit of a lift in the back. And you see it everywhere now. I mean, I seriously, since I knew you were coming on the show, started watching to see how women were wearing their hair.
Yay.
And I realized the thing that was wrong with mine was that I had no bump.
You gotta have.
They had bumps and I had no bump. I was so bummed without my bump. But you thought, you know, of course you're teasing, you're back teasing, you're doing all these things, trying to give them that bump, and then what would happen? They'd go home and couldn't recreate it, right?
Exactly. Back then it was Rachel from Friends. Everybody wanted their hair with volume all over, and I used to, no matter what I would do to explain how to get it, they would come back and say, I can't do it like you do it, and I would try and try and try to explain it. I'd sell them everything I had I could sell, which was pretty nice, but I always thought, someday I'm going to invent this little thing.
And she did.
Yeah.
Now, okay, a lot of us think that we can invent a little thing, if you can see the Bumpit. Is this the small Bumpit?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Now, it's like a comb, and you'll see it if you go online and look at the video later, or if you've seen the infomercials, you know what we're talking about. But how did you do it? Okay, you come up with this great idea. You're thinking, this would be perfect. It's got little teeth on it. It looks like a little arch. It's your bump. You know, it comes in different colors, so it matches your hair. So if it shows, people aren't wondering, what the heck is that underneath your hair? Kind of blends in. Where did you go? Like, is there like a, oh, this guy makes hair stuff if you want him to? I mean, who started it? Like, did you find a manufacturer or what?
Well, first, it was the Donnie Deutsch, the Big Idea on CNBC that I always watch. And,
right.
And that's what inspired me to get going. And then I just made a bunch of rough prototypes out of popsicle sticks and Velcro. And my poor daughter was my little guinea pig. And we made all kinds of prototypes. And then, finally, one sort of worked. And then we went and spoke to a design engineer and a patent attorney. And which takes
was that expensive? That part of it?
It was, yeah.
So you had to believe in this and had to put some money into it.
Oh yeah, I have no retirement left.
So
I'm bought in.
So you said, this is it. I know this is going to work, and I'm going to go for it.
Yes.
And so an engineer had to go. And what did this guy engineer before? Like the people that decided how to make this work?
Wheelchairs.
Really?
Well, because I had known what I wanted. I just needed it drawn 3D and then to actually put it into, I think it's called a CAD thing, and then to actually produce it.
And so this guy was an expert on wheelchairs, but he was making a hair bump. That's kind of cool.
Well, he's actually just an expert on engineering.
Right.
So I think it doesn't matter what you engineer. You can build a bridge, you can build a hair bridge, I guess.
And that's what this is.
Yeah.
It's a little hair bridge.
You know what it is, actually, is for those of you that don't know, is you just part your hair at the crown. You set this little, it's a little plastic device in your hair, And then you pull your hair over it and you have an instant Sarah Palin do bump. Or Jessica Simpson or whoever's your heroess of the day. It's just perfect instantly.
And it is lightweight, so it's not like something that's going to... Sometimes those headbands bug me, you know what I mean? And they'll be too tight, they'll squeeze on my head or something. This is really light. Like, I stick it on my head and I can't tell it's there.
No, you cannot feel it.
We can't.
It goes directly above your ears.
I'm getting a bump in a little bit. In a little bit, we're going to bump it up. But
I get to bump Laurie.
You do, and then we're going to also give away and bump some people. But I think that it's so cool that you just said, okay, and made all these out of popsicle sticks at home and said, I'm going to do this. I am going to do this. Are you single, Mom?
I am. I'm single and good looking.
And looking, obviously, if you couldn't tell. We're gonna do a bump on me next, so you guys can stick around, right? You and your lovely daughter are here. What's your daughter's name?
Catherine.
Catherine's here as well. So we're gonna do some bumps. We're also gonna have the video up on the website later, and then have some bumps to give away. But I still want to find out how scary it was for you. We'll ask that question coming up.